Still a couple in here. Oh well, it's 1:45 in the morning. Yeah, went out for a piss and outside, and I could hear pigs, and I got my little thermal that I've had on me 22. Yeah, I could see them just near the kitchen. There's a little paddock in between the homestead and the kitchen, and they were just hanging out in there. Anyway, I waited for them to get I think there's still a couple in the long grass, but there's a heap of little piglets there and a couple of mamas, and yeah, you just can't see them through that long grass, even with a thermal. As soon as they go in there, they just disappear. Yeah, I waited for one of them to get pretty close, within about 10 meters, and I was up on the fence there just in case it oh, they're close. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a piss. I got one anyway. Hey mate, welcome to OldMate Adventures.
Hi, I'm Kel.
And I'm Jed. We're into our 4th year of semi-retirement, trekking, camping and hunting our way around Australia.
Follow along as we live life on our own terms, exploring the great outdoors and sharing our adventures.
Oh well, last night I shot a pig just not far from our kitchen, and I flew the drone up this morning just to have a look around, and I think either the piglets are still there or mum's just having to lay down. I might have got 2, I'm not too sure. It was pretty dark and it's long grass, but anyway, I'm going to sneak in there with the Adler. We'll see what happens. Just in there. Got another one. I got 2 in one. Got him. There he goes. Oh, he's got some energy. One got away. Whew. Sorry, little fella. Sorry, mate. Last night we had another visitor. I had levelled off all the front yard here at the homestead from all the pigs wreaking havoc through the wet season, because the owners don't live here during the wet, because you can't access this property in or out once the water starts flowing across the creeks. And anyway, had the skid steer in here, flatten it all out again, because it looked like about 40 grenades had gone off in the front yard. And this is what one pig can do in literally a couple of hours, because I got up last night at about 3 o'clock a.m. this morning for a piss, and the front yard was all good. And when I got up about 6 o'clock in the morning, this is what I found. This here is the tracks of one pig coming in, which is actually a pretty big pig. That's its footprint, which is fairly decent. And comes in and just fucks all the front yard. Ah, so annoying. Yeah, so this here gives you a little bit of an insider on how much damage pigs do. And it's dug a couple of big craters there, another one over the back there, and they're just pushing all that dirt up. I've been watering the front lawn here, trying to get some lawn to start growing again, and obviously they've just come in had a fat time. But anyway, I'll get the rake out and smooth it all off. But yeah, yesterday we got 6 pigs, 2 early in the morning, just over from here, and 4 when the sun came up, because 2 of the pigs were sows that had piglets, or one had a set of piglets, and the piglets, I'd shot the mums in the darkness, and the piglets stayed close, and we sorted all them out in the morning. It's probably easily my least favourite job in hunting up here, feral animals in the north of Australia, is you've still got to cull out the little piglets. They're cute as shit, but it doesn't matter. You've got to cull them out. So yeah, it's never a nice job, but it's just a job that needs to be done. Unfortunately, everyone knows little piglets grow up to be big pigs, and they reproduce at a crazy rate. They usually have litters. I think they're called litters. I've seen 7 or 8, even 9 piglets in one litter, and so you just got to do the maths on the triangle of life and the reproduction side of that things, and they just multiply like rabbits. But yeah, it's the shit job, shooting those little fellas, but it has to be done. Some people ask me about hunting, and there's a few questions that go around. We don't eat the pigs up here. They carry a lot of diseases, and a lot of them just aren't healthy looking. If you could trap some of the little ones and feed them up, and you could eat them sort of in that sort of scenario, and they do on a couple of stations up from us. They get into them that sort of way. Us here, it's more of an outpost sort of station, and it's not lived here all year round, so it's a bit of a process to do and set up that sort of thing and maintain it. But unfortunately, there's so many of them here, they've just got to go. And the other thing is the enjoyment of hunting, and I try and explain to a few people. There's a few Karens out there that don't really understand too much about hunting, and everyone's got their preference on why they hunt and all the ins and outs and that sort of thing. For me, it's more of the skill base and the hunting side of things leading up to the kill. It's not really the killing side of things. I don't really enjoy it all. It's more the outcome of the stalk, knowing and learning where something is, being downwind of it, a certain time of the day it might be there. Say it's a pig, tracking a water hole and finding when the pigs are going to be there, hiding spots and routines of the pigs and the movements. That's what I enjoy, is the stalk of the hunt, not the killing side of things. The killing side of things is the job that needs to be done. These are all feral and introduced animals that we hunt, so that side of things gives me enjoyment that you're doing something good for the environment. Don't get me wrong, there's people out there that hunt for the enjoyment of killing. That's their choice. I'm not being judgy on that. Do what you want to do. But for me, it's more the sport of everything. Becoming a better shooter, becoming more accurate, and becoming a better sort of tracker and hunter. It's something down south I didn't really have to do too much of, because we would just spotlight at night for foxes. Same sort of deal. We kind of knew where they were going to be and that sort of thing. But being up here like the second year and getting into a few pigs, it took me like a month to get my first pig hunt kill in the Northern Territory. This time around, even though we've only called in here for a couple of weeks, it took me like 2 days. So it's just like knowing where they're going to be, positioning yourself in a better position, because pigs can smell really well. So it's all about being downwind where you can, so not coming into a water hole, being upwind and scaring them all off pretty much. So it's all about positioning, and a little bit of knowledge. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy getting results, doing a little bit for the environment. We've all got to do our part, and unfortunately, if it's shooting a few pigs, that's what you got to do. I did read a stat the other day, it's pretty astounding. I think last year when I read it, it was a few million less. I can't be super confident on it, but they said the other day approximately 26 million feral pigs in Australia. So that's virtually 1 pig for every person. So yeah, lots of damage, and it's better than 1080 baits. I've seen the results of 1080 baiting, and it's terrible. And that's just an easy cop out for a lot of the government agencies. They just throw baits out of a chopper or whatever, and try to sort them out that way. But it's a terrible death, and trying to be the most humane, quickest death you possibly can, it's shooting them. And some governments want to take that off everyone, and they've already started doing that, like in Western Australia. And it's pretty shocking, because feral animals, whether it be pigs, rabbits, foxes, dogs, donkeys, camels, all those sort of things start taking over our local and national environment, it's going to be bad times. But yeah, anyway, that's my little spiel and rant. But I'm going to start raking this front lawn, or not really lawn now, dirt, and get it flattened out again, and hopefully they don't come in tonight. Oh, I smoothed it off a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, just in case the big fella comes back. Anyway, we'll see how that goes, and hopefully he doesn't return. But I don't like my chances. That's the 3rd time in 9 days. So he's coming back every 3 days and having a crack. First time was over there, dug up a water pipe, ate half the water pipe, and we've had to repair it with an old fitting. That's why there's a hole still there, just because we need to fill it with we need to repair it with a new fitting. And anyway, I'll put the sprinklers back on again and try and get some grass growing here. But we'll only probably be here for maybe another week, maybe less. Just keep an eye on the roads into Queensland, and we rang the couple of shires this afternoon. They're saying the roads are still closed. Where the property we're looking after has another cattle station right near it, and we rang the owner there, and he still can't get out of his cattle station because it's still water over the road. So we just have to wait a little bit. So that's what we're doing. Waiting, gardening, and I've actually got to go put, talking about pigs, I've got to go put pork roast on the rotisserie. Not from any of these fellas, from Woolworths. One of the jobs we regularly do on the station here is the Jenny service. We've got our usual Jenny that we use, our main Jenny, and then we've got a bigger backup one, just if we have a few more things running, whatever. That's the old girl, 6-cylinder. It's a little bit bigger, so I can run a bit more stuff. If there's a heap of crew here, heaps more air cons, the cool room's going, all that sort of shit show. But most of the time, it's just this this smaller one. Yeah, it's pretty simple. We've got to drain the oil, which is pretty easy. We've just got a little valve we open and drain the oil, change the oil filter, fuel filter, air filter, and this one you got to bleed it a little bit to get all the air out once you've shut it down, and try and start it back up again. And just give it a bit of a check, see, and make sure she's all good. That's how she goes. This Jenny here runs 24/7 while there's people here, even when it's just Cal and I. Yeah, so last year I was servicing it every 240 hours or 10 days. Yeah, it gets a bit of a birthday and just keeps on running. Yeah, anyway, get the Jenny sorted. Here's our oil, bit of old 15W40. Can't find a filter strap, so I'm just using one of these little donated straps from a mine site and we'll give it a go. It should work, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's coming. Yes. Whee, that was lucky. New filter. full of oil. Top them up with oil. So yeah, that's pretty much at the full on the dipstick. So yeah, we'll check it again once it's run. I'll get it running, stop it, check the oil, fill it up if needed, and go again. Oh, it is warm as fuck in here. It's about 40 degrees today, and in the generator shed, it's probably close to 50 something. Good times. Anyway, we got the fuel filter off. Well, that's the housing. That's the filter. New filter. The old one out. Chuck it in the box. Drop in there. Windy, windy. Chuck her in. And now we just got to bleed a couple of lines. Once all the air's out, tighten it all up. Hopefully it'll go. Usually takes a couple of goes. Crack this line up here, a little return line. Just give it a little crack. Already hear all the air coming out. Alright, line's back on. Just solid diesel was coming out of the return line into this return line. I'm pretty confident most of the air's out. Anyway, we'll give it a few cranks over and see what happens. Sweet, started up first go, boom boom. I'm just going to check that oil again, make sure she's all sweet as, and kick it in the guts again. Job done. Well, it is pork roast time. I've got some snappy gum here, which I'll chuck in here, light it up, put pork roast on here, spinny spinny. Cool. Come on, lighter. Alright, I'll let that do its thing. We'll get this pork roast ready. Whee, there we go. We're away. Let that fire die down a little bit and should be good. Alright, I'll let that do its thing for the next hour or two and come back and check it. Well, every time you burn rotating meat, you must drink something. This is a Kellermeister Holdings Sable Tawny Port, an experience of elegance and lingering pleasure. There you go. This was given to us from the Crusher crew at the Heatherslayer. Cheers for that. We're going to crack into it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm. Oh, it's a bit Kahlua-y.
Yeah.
Is that Kahlua?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I remember Andy saying something about it chocolatey.
Yeah, a little bit. Coffee, chocolatey.
Yeah,
Oh well, cheers to the Crusher crew. Thanks for that. It's literally started raining. It's been wanting to all day, and
3 days.
yeah, for 3 days, and it was hot as balls yesterday, muggy as shit. Now it's almost to the point where you could go put a jumper on, and I've been in socks and thongs. But yeah, cheers. It's pretty good. Very
Drinkable.
by the fire in cold days. Well, cold days enough for the NT anyway. Anyway, we got probably another hour or so on the pork roast.
Ooh.
And
Should we put some spuds in the fire?
yes, we should put some spuds in the fire. Good thinking. And we'll put some spuds in the fire, and this will be ready, I reckon, yeah, in about an hour or so. Cheers. Definitely didn't master the crackle on this one. Anyway, maybe we can cut the fat off and put it in a microwave. Tucker fucker. There we go. Kel's hot potatoes. Oh, perfect. Oh, they're all fucking spot on. Nailed them all. All the time. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. Bit of pork roast with some shit crackle and a bit of salad.
For the potatoes.
Oh, Marge for the potatoes.
Can't forget that.
Good call. Yeah, it's probably the first pork roast I've done in a long time where the crackle just didn't happen. Anyway, you win some, lose some. I don't know what I did wrong. Blame it on Woolworths. I should have chopped up one of these pigs and chucked it in there. But yeah, we're just going to top the glasses up and resort to our little humpy, and that's it.